Hello and welcome to your most unbiased window to technology here on the web. This is From a Techie's Mind. I am your host Shomukanti, and join me today as I unravel some tech mysteries for you in a very simple manner. So, without any further ado, let's get on with it. Hello everyone and welcome back. So as you can tell from the title, today's episode is a bit different one because it starts with the number 0. Now this number 0 talks would be something a bit tangential from my actual podcast because this is something which would be like going around in the time, and I feel it needs to be addressed because people are spreading kind of misinformation on it or something like that. So now as you see the title, today's episode considers coronavirus diseases like COVID-19, novel coronavirus 19, how you like to call it. But now the main fact about it is that it is highly infectious, is highly dangerous. But there are certain things which people are still not knowing, and they are like panicking without any reason. Now, the first thing that we'd like to address is that people, please follow the proper guidelines. Don't take your information from anybody and everybody out there. If he is a proper doctor, he or she is a proper doctor, obviously take their advice. But I would also recommend just go to World Health Organization site, that is who.int, and simply just go in their advice for the public section on coronavirus 2019 disease and just read the mythbusters and all the to-dos and everything they have given, so that you can stay informed, you can just help other people stay informed. And I would urge everybody to just forward those pages to everyone. Just don't say things like, don't compose your own message, don't bring a social media element to it. Just share the original source of the information, let the other people read from that source. You don't need to be viral for this. WHO is already doing his part, you have nothing to do in this part. So just stop your social media blemishes and just completely share the original part so that people can actually go through it properly. You might misinterpret something, so that does not mean that the other person that you are sharing have to share the same thoughts. They can interpret it in their own way. So please, I would urge everybody to just share the basic sources and all the proper sources that they have. Like, don't apply your own sugar coating to it. Now, coming to the second part of it is that the misinformation currently is very high. I don't want to talk about it. It just disgusts me because people have claimed a lot, and I don't know why they're claiming, because this is not a PR stunt right now. This is a global crisis. And in this situation of a crisis, people should help others, not just say that, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I just solved this way. So this is not the way. You have to probably help others and just contribute your part in a small way. Just don't make hoaxes and make people either panic or say, it's nothing, I'll be outliving that. So there are certain do's and don'ts you should always follow. I would recommend go to the World Health Organization site. Please follow the proper guidelines. Don't act like an idiot. Now, secondly, coming to hygiene, it is currently very bad out here because people just don't either, they are used to having bad hygiene, so they don't care even. This is a normal flu season, so people just sneeze in the open without anything. And even the thing that I didn't like is people who are sitting for examinations, they are allowed, they're not even allowed to have proper handkerchiefs. They advise us to keep it in the bags. I just asked them that what about all these outbreaks of coronavirus and everything. It was 2 days ago, so it's not that far away. So they just said that don't worry, we won't be doing anything. But it just doesn't matter. Anyway, I digress. So the thing is, people should be allowed to follow their hygiene ways, and please, people, just don't make others think that all those things allowed can make you cheat in the exams, because hiding a Bluetooth device in your mask won't even help you. Please. So talking was let's just leave those things around. I don't want to talk about it. It just disgusts me to the core. But still, I would recommend everybody to follow proper guidelines. I'm just telling it again and again. There are certain things which you can do at home to keep yourself safe. If you have the flu or have something you are not feeling well. So what you do is you just kind of isolate yourself, put your own separate water bottles, separate handkerchiefs, and if possible, a separate bed also. Don't infect others, so that you just kind of do your part in the society. And if you're infected, I would highly recommend just talk to your job op coordinator or something, and just get a work from home permit or something, because unless and until you just isolate yourself, you would be spreading it more. And as this is a disease which people have recovered from, you don't have to worry. Out of the total, about, let's say, I'm just averaging out the facts here, I don't have the proper ones, let's say 170,000 people have actually got affected. From that, around 78 to 79,000 people have recovered without any proper bad symptoms and all. They have recovered in a well manner, I think so, because I don't see any kind of other complications that have come up in the news yet. So people are recovering from it, and this is recoverable, and I think a cure is probably coming in the near future. Now, as per today's date, the mortality rate is about 6,900, I presume. So the mortality rate is way less than the amount of people who are getting cured. So it is completely the work of the immune system right now, but it is the immune system can fight it. All you have to do is have a good hygiene so that your immune system stays strong and you can fight this disease. Now, the panic that is spreading along with it is that there is it is infectious, so all the things like mosquitoes and everything. No, just go through the mythbusters on this thing, because a lot of things that people are saying is not actually how it works. Warm and humid climates are not the thing that will stop this virus. Yes, this is probably the worst thing that you have heard about it, that hot and humid climates will just it will stop the virus, the mutation will be lowered. I also heard about it, I believed it because I read about some scientific articles, but it's actually not how it actually works, because else I live in a warm climate place, but still there are cases where people have been affected. Now, coming to the next part of it is that hygiene products are not available, like hand sanitizers, hand washes even, and in some cases paper towels. All those things are completely out of stock in the market. I went to 5 or 6 shops in the recent weeks, but I could not find a single one of them. Even online shops have out of stock stuff. I have clicked on Notify Me since a week ago and still nothing is out here. And this is also what's creating the panic even more. If they see out of stock things, everybody's buying it, so this must be very dangerous and all. But the thing is, if you don't have something like a sanitizer, just go to your normal local shop, buy a small piece of a soap. Now, what I did is I had to travel, so I had to take something, but I did not get a hand wash or any kind of sanitizer with me. So what I did is I took the small piece of soap and just cut it into small pieces, very small pieces, so that you can take one small piece, use some amount of water, wash your hands, and just wash away the soap along with the water. You don't have to put your soap back in. You can also buy paper soaps, but I did not find a paper soap, so I resorted to that idea. Then another thing is that if you don't have sanitizers and you want to use it for some cases, you can probably use those medicated isopropyl alcohols, because 70% alcohol actually kills that I don't know the proper term, but it actually disables the virus somewhere. So that might be a very last resort of yours. I would not recommend that because I'm not a doctor. I won't highly suggest talking to a doctor before using it, but in cases of emergencies, you may try that. And talking about masks, please don't hold masks unless you are sick. If you are sick, obviously, please take them, wear them, so that you are not spreading that sickness to other people. But if you are not sick, please don't wear that mask, because that does not protect you. Mask just simply acts as a show off. I have seen so many people wear that mask around their neck for showing that, I know about virus and I'm just preventing myself from wearing a mask. Come on, just looks like an idiot of both of you. I saw a parent and their child wearing a mask around the neck. If you are even worried about all those things, you should not put your mask down. And secondarily, why the hell are you even wearing a mask if you are not infected like that? So it doesn't matter, but please don't be that guy or that parent. Please read proper things, even if you don't know. Nobody has to be a doctor to understand biology. Please just read the people who know, who are telling you. Go to the WHO site and just read things there. That is your one-stop shop for everything related to COVID-19. Trust me on this. I'm not talking about anyone. They have not given a single penny to me, but please just go there and see what they are supposedly talking about and what the things you have to follow. Now, time and time again, don't spread panic, please, because people are already misinformed. Just direct them to the proper sources. Just don't say anything. Don't share your own thoughts. Don't sugarcoat anything. Don't get the social media craze. Just share them to their original source and just show them that, yeah, this is the scenario. You have to deal it like this. And stay safe, everyone. Proper hygiene routines are always to be followed. Don't scratch your nose like I do. I scratch my nose a lot. And also, if you are sick, please isolate yourself from the rest of the family members or all the people like your roommates or your flatmates, everyone you are staying with. That is the only way you can save, like, do your part if you are infected by some kind of flu. Now, yeah, if you are feeling very bad, like it's going on for 2 to 3 days, you should obviously consult a doctor. But I am currently having some slight cold, but as you can see, my voice is a bit down. But yeah, if I have some proper like fever and all, I'll obviously go to a doctor and get checked. So I would urge everybody to please be pragmatic, be safe, be aware, and don't spread panic. Just stay informed. Don't be panicking and don't spread panic. Let the other people know about the thing. Spread information, not misinformation. And with this, I hope you have a great 2 weeks ahead, because I think it is quarantine in almost every places till 31st of March. So I just hope everybody fights through this virus very effectively and this thing goes down very quickly. Without anything more, I just bid you adieu. The next episode will probably be something on the follow-up of dark web, or if any other thing interesting comes up, I'll just share something on it. So for the meantime, bye, see ya.